return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right? They had won 3 in a row. How about Washington? That win over Carolina. And then, of course, the Dolphins. No one really saw that coming. Their win over Philadelphia, even though it was at home. Could those wins for those teams be the death knell for the teams that lost? The Jets, we're not going to talk about them anymore. Carolina, they still thought maybe a late run could put them in the playoff race in the NFC South. And then how about Philadelphia? But they're not out of it.
No.
They still control their destiny. If they win out, they go 9-7 and win the NFC East.
Yeah, because they're just one game back of 6-6 Dallas. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love. Go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Ryan. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Check. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Chase, space. 54. Got to do better. Come on, QB. Come on. Right there.
Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now it's Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it makes things a little more interesting now on 4th and goal. Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it.
51. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, South. Hey, what's it? Hey, wahoo. 54. Mike, 54. Too little, cupcake. 25 tonight. 4. Ready, set.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
After the interception, here's Ryan. That's caught, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's get it.
The Seahawks take over at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
23 yards on the tuck and run. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. On 2nd and 9, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
He's crashing.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Open man is Gordon, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. He's got room to run past the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And his kick is indeed good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really paid. Say so long from Atlanta.